Hey everyone, it's Ash here, and welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be starting off my brand new series where I look at leaks, announcements, and theories for Marvel Cinematic Universe projects, and I'll also be looking at MCU TV shows and breaking down the episodes. Like I'm going to be doing today, I'll be breaking down episode 5 of WandaVision, which was released just yesterday at the time of recording. Now if you haven't seen the episode already, please do click off now. This is a massive spoiler alert. I'll be looking at the key events of the episode, so if you don't want it spoiled, I would click off just now. If you're excited for today's video, please do leave a like and subscribe. If I do miss anything out, or if you've got some theories of your own, please do leave it in the comments below. Now, I'm just going to start off with how the episode starts. So the episode starts out with Wanda and Vision holding their twin babies, Tommy and Billy, which we saw in the previous episode. We know that Wanda controls everyone and everything in Westview, the town where the show is set, but the fact she can't put her own babies to sleep with her powers suggests they are real people with their own free will. They aren't people that are being controlled like everyone else. So when Wanda and Vision can't put their babies to sleep, their neighbour Agnes walks in, and Agnes has been quite a friendly neighbour so far. She walks in to try and help put the twins to sleep, and Vision isn't too keen on the idea, being a brand new father and being very cautious. Obviously, this being a TV show inside the TV show we watch, Agnes is an actor, just like everyone else in Westview apart from Wanda, Vision, and the twins. When she turns to Wanda specifically and asks if she should take it again, it being the scene that Wanda is shooting, Agnes is obviously confused by what Vision has said. So it wasn't in Wanda's script that Vision would say that he doesn't want Agnes to touch the babies. Agnes is just very confused and looking to Wanda for guidance, and Vision is very, very skeptical at this point. He has been quite skeptical in the previous episode, but now he's really getting into it. And obviously Wanda is still trying to hide what she is doing from Vision. The next main point I chose was that the twins suddenly grew up, and when Agnes sees it, she is not shocked or concerned at all. That's something that should freak someone out, and it also shows that she knew that it was going to happen. We also have seen Wanda reverse things before in a previous episode to the way she wants things to be, and others don't know they're actors while they're under Wanda's control. But Agnes seems to be different to the others. She seems to know that she's an actor and a prop in Wanda's show, but isn't fighting back. So, like I said before, she asked to do this scene again. So she knows she's an actor, but isn't fighting back because everyone else doesn't seem to want that, which I'll talk more about later on. So then the show intro comes on, and it shows the main cast, Wanda, Vision, Tommy, and Billy, as when they were young. And in this, Vision is shown as a child here, but we all know that Vision was never a child. He was created as the way he is now by Ultron in Avengers Age of Ultron. Wanda is obviously trying to give Vision some sort of a more normal previous life for their twins. So after the intro, it switches to the Sword side of Westview, and Captain Monica Rambeau is telling Sword of her experience inside Westview. Her feeling of pain and Wanda being in her head confirms that Wanda is definitely controlling everyone, like I was saying earlier. The feeling of grief she felt while Wanda was in her head was most likely still from feeling the loss of Vision in Avengers Infinity War. Monica is being scanned after being inside the Westview anomaly, and her X-ray comes back blank, which means she must have absorbed a lot of radiation in her to generate a completely white X-ray scan. We know that some radiation is being used to create the force field in front of Westview. She could have gained this type of radiation entering Westview, and now we know that in the comics, Monica Rambeau becomes Captain Marvel, and she has powers, so maybe this is how she gets her powers. The Sword agents are having a briefing on everything they know about what's happening inside Westview, with the information Monica was able to give. They once thought that Wanda was a victim of something. That's why Jimmy Woo said, "Who's doing this to you, Wanda?" in a previous episode. They know that Wanda is in control of everything. They also address the fact that Wanda doesn't have a superhero name in the MCU, and we know from the comics that Wanda's name is Scarlet Witch, but that hasn't actually been said in the MCU. So maybe this is how she gets her name in the MCU. And Director Hayward of Sword is calling Wanda a terrorist, and despite being completely controlled by Wanda herself, Monica doesn't seem to think she's a terrorist. She doesn't mean anyone any harm, apart from the people she is holding hostage. Even then, she is controlling their minds, which is causing them pain, but it's not gonna kill them. She just wants the best for herself, for once. She's been fighting for so long, and has lost the only thing she cares about, and she just wanted to bring him back, I suppose. Talking about bringing him back, that brings me on to the next point. It's also revealed that Wanda broke into a top-secret facility, top-secret sword facility that held Vision's corpse after Avengers Infinity War, and she managed to resurrect him somehow. We know that the Mind Stone was destroyed, and Vision could not live without it unless Shuri in Wakanda was able to complete her procedure at the Battle of Wakanda in Avengers Infinity War. But she wasn't. Perhaps Wanda was able to create another Mind Stone in her reality, or she pulled it from another timeline altogether when interfering with the multiverse. We know that WandaVision will tie into Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness and also Spider-Man 3. So this could have something to do with the multiverse as well. Back in Westview, Tommy and Billy, the twins, find a dog outside, and suddenly Agnes appears to the doghouse, and Vision is really confused now by how she knew that they had just found a dog outside, but we know that it's all a part of Wanda's episode, so it was all planned out. Wanda uses her powers to create a collar for the dog right in front of Agnes, and Vision is just not happy about it. He thought that they agreed never to use their powers in front of others so they could live a more normal life. And this shows that Wanda is not afraid to show who she is because it's something everyone already knows, as she is controlling them. However, Vision doesn't know about the people she's controlling yet, and is deeply concerned by it, and he knows something is wrong and that Wanda is still hiding something from him. So this is actually getting really cool now. Vision is catching on to what's going on. Tommy and Billy are able to grow to 10 years old right in front of Agnes, like they did when they grew up from babies earlier on in the episode. And when she doesn't seem concerned or shocked yet again, this proves she knows something about Wanda's powers and who they really are. And maybe Agnes isn't who Wanda thinks she is. Or maybe Wanda knows. But something is definitely going on with Agnes, I can tell. So back at S.W.O.R.D., Darcy Lewis and Jimmy Woo bring up Captain Marvel in the fight against Thanos at the Avengers compound in Avengers Endgame. And for some reason, Monica instantly tries to change the subject. The last time we saw Monica and Captain Marvel together was in the film Captain Marvel, and they seemed to get on amazingly well. Perhaps it was because she didn't think that Carol was there with Maria Rambeau, Monica's mother, when she died. And maybe Carol was with Maria and Monica just got blipped before she could see it. Maybe she's just angry at Carol Danvers for that reason. Monica and the team at S.W.O.R.D. have managed to work out that Wanda can rewrite anything that goes into the Hex, which is what Darcy is now calling the Westview anomaly. So Wanda can rewrite anything that goes in to something that fits the time era that the show is set in. So we know it started in the 50s, the 60s, and then the 70s, and this episode was in the 80s. And instantly when Monica went in, her clothes changed from a sword uniform to this 70s theme. And they work out if they send something into the Hex that is from that era of time, then it won't be changed. Now, back on the other side of the Hex, in Westview, Vision is at work and all his colleagues receive an email, because they've just gotten computers and Norm is just really excited about it. They all receive an email from S.W.O.R.D. talking about the Maximoff anomaly and the mass amount of radiation present at the perimeter of Westview, like I was talking about with Monica Rambeau entering the Hex. And Vision knows that this is no joke. Everyone is laughing at it, but Vision knows that this is real. He starts to add up all the weird things that have been happening. He's talking to Norm, and Vision uses his powers to snap the character out of Wanda's control. And Norm screams for Wanda to stop controlling him, and he's talking about his normal life. He's talking about a phone, he's looking for his phone because everyone's just obsessed with their phones now. But because it was because of his father was ill and his sister was looking after him, and he wanted to know what was going on, and he was really panicked. And Vision had to put him back into his character self just to calm him down. But obviously inside he was still really, really bad. But back at the house, Tommy and Billy are asking where Vision is, and Wanda tells them that he's at work. The twins are confused as it's Saturday, and Wanda says it's Monday. And the twins seem really confused by this because they know that it's Saturday and not Monday. So this is also proving that she is not controlling the twins and they have their own free will. After this, Wanda hears something flying outside, and it's an 80s drone that's been sent in by SWORD, so to communicate with Wanda. On her show, it doesn't show the drone because Wanda is controlling the show and just cropped it out. Wanda's eyes just turned red and she was not happy. But the director of SWORD had ordered a missile strike, and that made it even worse. And then the next part is just amazing. Wanda actually exits the Hex and shows up in her normal clothing, her normal Scarlet Witch uniform, using her Sokovian accent that disappeared in the TV show. But it's back now, and she's dragging the shot down drone with her. There's loads of agents pointing guns at her, and she's able to control those agents to point the guns at the Director Hayward, and then she is able to escape back into Westview. She just seems like she wants to be left alone, but obviously the government cannot do that. When the twins and Wanda find their dog Sparky, it's dead, that's just sad to say that in a horrible way, but it died because he ate plants that belonged to Agnes, which Wanda seems surprised about, like it's not what she planned would happen. The twins think that Wanda can fix the dead for some reason. Perhaps they know about Vision or something like that. However, Agnes seems surprised by this, but not completely. It's like she knows Wanda has powers, but didn't know she could bring back the dead. Now this is just the best part. At the end of the episode, Vision confronts Wanda about the anomaly and what Norm said to him. And Wanda tries to end the episode when Vision starts to question. But Vision won't stop. He tells Wanda that he can't remember his life as an Avenger and how they met, which is what we kind of saw in the first episode as well. Vision addresses the point there are no other children in Westview, and maybe this is because Wanda just couldn't bring herself to kidnap and sort of enslave, but definitely control children. Maybe that was just too far. Wanda seems genuinely surprised when the doorbell rings and said it wasn't her, but obviously Vision does not believe her. She opens the door and is extremely shocked to see her brother Pietro. Now, she wouldn't be shocked if this was planned, so this could be more sinister than it might seem. But Darcy addresses on the TV show that he's not played by the same MCU actor, which he's not. He's played by the actor who played Quicksilver or Pietro in the X-Men films. Many people are thinking now that this is the start of seeing X-Men in the MCU. Technically, this is the first member of the X-Men to appear in the MCU. It could also confirm that Wanda is a mutant, as her brother is one. In the X-Men films, Pietro is a mutant. I'm pretty sure about that. Does this also mean that Wanda's a mutant, or perhaps she's not a mutant, and this Pietro is just from a different reality or timeline, and Wanda isn't a mutant at all? And maybe she just couldn't bring back Pietro the way she did Vision. But anyway, that is episode 5 of WandaVision. That is it. That's what I've taken from episode 5 of WandaVision. If you did enjoy, please do leave a like and subscribe. And let me know that you guys want to see more of these videos. Thank you everyone for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!